Hey guys, I'm Tefel. In this video we are going to talk about shader animation. Do quick exercise importing new animations from 3D Studio Max to Unreal Engine 4, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the project which I'm working currently full-time as a solo developer and where I'm using also a lot of shader animations. So yeah, please check this out. Okay, so for this quick exercise, I already prepared the scene. It's empty scene, nothing here. I just imported the bash, which is a starter content prop. And as you can see, it's super minimalistic. It has nothing inside. Also material, as you can see, it's made out of two textures, where one is just a base color and an opacity mask, and the normal with the second texture. So I'm going to animate this bash bending to the left and right, just imitating wind effect. So we just need to start from exporting the SM bash, asset action, export. And I'm going to export this into my tutorial directory, just keeping everything like it is, 2014. And I'm going to jump directly to 3D Studio Max, where I'm going to drag and drop this bash. And right now is on my scene in the middle. So what are we going to do is just modifying position of every vertices by applying modifiers. So we are not going to modify position, rotation, or scale of the object, but we are just going to modify vertices itself. So using modifier list. So what I'm going to do now is just duplicating this bash, maybe twice. So I'm going to make number of copies too. And they are going to be my keyframes in animation. So I'm going to bend one to the left side and the second one to the right side. So it's going to modify or morph vertices from the left to the right and go back like a ping pong. So this is my first copy. I'm going to make a bend, and I need to set the strength of bending or angle. So I think the best value is 45. It's just bending slightly, and the second one is going to be the same bend but with just opposite value, minus 45. So I have my two keyframes for animating my default static mesh. And I'm going to use Morpher, which is one of the modifiers available by default. But what I'm going to do is just converting this first of all to editable poly, because the tool we are going to use from Unreal Engine 4 is supporting editable poly, and yeah, this is how it works. And now applying Morpher. So you have a list of morphing targets, and you can load multiple targets from the list just by selecting objects on your scene. So I'm just going to select both of them, and this gives me a really nice way of modifying the look of my mesh. So I can bend this to the right, and the maximum is 100, so it's the like complete transition to the blending position, and 0 is obviously no blending, so it's from 0 to 100. So on our timeline I have already 40 frames, and I'm going to remove the first one, and by default key filters are going to show you position, rotation, and the scale, but to be honest, we don't need them. We just need filters to be modifiers. So I'm just having selected modifiers, and now simple just getting back to my timeline, and I'm just going to change and set my frame. So I'm just selecting auto keyframe, pressing the first one, and I see both frames are saved. So for bash 01 and bash 02, they are both being remembered on the first frame, which is perfect. So I can just jump to the 10th frame, and I'm going to modify bash 001 to 100. So it's bending to the right. And as you can see, bash 002 didn't save. So if I leave it like this, it's going to be a problem. So I just need to press this as well. So from this one, I'm just saving both 0 to 0 Then I'm going to come back to the initial position. So I'm just going to, with Shift key, copy this to the 20 position. So it's modifying this to the right, coming back. Then I'm going to do the same for the left position, just 100. Remembering the same keyframe for the second one, modifier. So both are saved. And the last thing is just copying this to the last position. And let's check how it works. It's just modifying to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. And yeah, I like this animation. So now we just need to export this to Unreal Engine 4, which I'm going to do right now. So I have already prepared 3D Max scripts waiting for me. And to find them, you just need to go to Epic Game Directory, 425, Engine Extras, and 3ds Max scripts. And you can use this Vertex animation tools, which you can simply drag and drop. And you get extra prompt, which shows you animation start, animation end, and you can simple process animated meshes. And as you can see, when the mesh was selected, I could just do it. And I can save this as something. So it's going to be bash bend. And let's check what actually was saved to my directory. It's EXR. This is just one texture and another texture which is normal maps with BMP. And there is another thing we have to export from our 3ds Max scene. It's a mesh which was just created. So if you look into the object list, there was a morph export mesh created. And why we need this new one? Because it's working with vertex animation and the textures we prepared, but it also contains like 2 extra UV channels, third and fourth, for supporting this animation. So we are just going to select this one, SMBash003 Morph UV2, and doing export selected. And I'm just going to tutorial directory, and I'm going to call it like SMBash animated. Maybe just anim. And yeah, and saving. And that should be everything for 3D Studio Max. And let's jump back to the Unreal Engine. So we are going to import everything what we prepared. So 2 textures for our animation and the static mesh, which is this new. And I'm going to select remove degenerates to no. This is important. And not creating any materials. And everything else should be fine. So this is my new bush, which was imported. Obviously, I can use the same material from before, and it should look exactly the same, because the only difference is just adding 2 extra UV channels to that one, right? So now I'm going to animate this with a new animation, and therefore I need a new animation to assign to this bush. So I'm going to make this movable, so and making the material, which will be m_bush bend. We just need to set this material. So I'm going to use a really nice Max script shader, which is Vertex Animation Tools Morph Targets, and setting everything here. So I drag and drop textures prepared just a moment ago, and as a reference, because it's texture object, I just need to convert the texture simple to objects. The first one, the second one, and I have my texture, the normal, simple like this. The number of frames, I think it was 40. And is there anything else here? I don't think so. It's everything what we have. And on the right side, because like I said before, it's outputting 2 UVs, which are needed. It's written needed. So we have to create 2 additional UV channels, which is just going to details, UV number customized UVs we are setting to 4, and immediately after appears UV 0, 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to link this number 3 and 2. And first UV is reserved for just base color and painting on the mesh, and the second one is for light. And in addition, we just need to select the world position offset and the normal. So this is for basic setup of this morph animation, and we can just simply apply this and check how it works. Yeah, now I'm going to assign this material, and as you can see, everything is moving in the right direction. So everything works as expected. It's bending to the left and to the right, so it's imitating the wind movement. And now I'm going to apply the proper textures, which I'm just going to copy from original bush material. So I'm just copying both of them and going to bush band once again and linking. That was the base color, that was the opacity mask, and the last one was the normal. So I'm just going to replace this normal with my texture. And I think that should be everything for this. Opacity mask needs to be masked. Then we enable this opacity mask and let's apply. So yeah, now when I compare first mesh to the second one, yeah, actually it's moving from left to the right. And everything is fine. There is no blurriness on the screen. It's because I set scalability to low. But if you are using temporal anti-aliasing, you would probably need to use some of my tips from the previous video. And here is the link. You can check this out. I think it was worth to check it, how to get rid of this blurriness and ghosting effect. But yeah, everything seems working fine. There is the shader animation working. Okay, so it's finally time for sneak peek of the project which I'm working as a solo developer full-time. In Astro Colony, I'm using a lot of shader animation and obviously modifying vertices when needed, but here is the much simpler example. This concrete bed is pushed by the shader, and not only position changes, but also rotation, which matches this transport tube. Now imagine a situation where you push objects by simple shader movement, then you can achieve performance known from, for example, Factorio, with millions of instances being animated at the same time. Okay, so that's everything what I prepared for you today, and for the next time I have character animations and movements, so you will be able to spawn millions of characters, AIs on your scene without any performance cost. So if you like this video and you feel a little bit inspired, don't forget to share this video, follow me as a solo developer, check my newest devlogs which are coming soon, and as always, see you next time.